Hello and welcome to the Quality Not Included podcast with your host, GMXAJL, also known as Adam. This is a series that I announced, I think about a year back, that I never got around to doing because I got busy with school and all that, and I was just thinking, why not do it now? So welcome to episode 1. Today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Should you buy it? Should you trash it? So far, every sign leads to halfway. If you don't know what that means, it means that you should buy it and not look at it. But my opinion on the Black Ops series so far is that it's really good. It's just gone a little futuristic, and I don't mind. I grew up with Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops. That series in particular, I was after Modern Warfare, and I was before futuristic. I was in the Black Ops era of video games, and that's what I grew up on, especially the Black Ops 1 and a little more to the Black Ops 2-ish. Those are my two main games. So seeing Black Ops going the way it is, more futuristic, more out there than other video games, is a change, to say. So I'm going to read a few things off the wiki. You can put your own thoughts in here. I don't know. So let me just read this. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, stylized as Call of Duty Black Ops 4, is an upcoming first-person shooter developed by Treyarch and published by Activision. It is scheduled to be released worldwide on October 12, 2018 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. It is a sequel to the 2015 game Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and will be the 15th entry in the Black Ops series. Oh, I'm sorry, the 5th entry in the Black Ops sub-series, and the 15th main installment of Call of Duty series overall. So, just thinking that this is the 15th Call of Duty is kind of a milestone in and of itself. I mean, it's pretty amazing how Call of Duty even made it this far. Seeing as all the hate it pretty much got upon its last release, I'll say its last and pre-last release of Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II. Those games were thought to put the nail in Treyarch and Activision's coffin in and of itself, but apparently they're still kicking. Every year it's kind of the same trend with Activision. They release sub-games under Call of Duty, like GoldenEye or some jack like that. Like a new game, I think it's Beyond Shadows Die Twice, which is one of the Activision's games that are coming out this summer or something like that. And that will get that'll get like a cult following, but it won't be as big as, the main Call of Duty series. And here's the way I see it. People say they don't want to play Call of Duty in general because it's going downhill. But every year we see a little bit of a decrease in the player base, but we also see a steady continuation of playability. Call of Duty never seems to die out like other companies have, like Bungie or the Halo series in general. The Halo series is getting to where people don't want to play the 343 Studios version. They want to go back to the Bungie version, and I can completely understand that. That is an understandable reason, because Halo's gone more story-driven and more HUD-based, other than the simple combat mechanics. And I can see where people are coming with that. But my stance on Call of Duty itself is more of a biased stand, because I grew up on Call of Duty. It was one of my favorite games. I didn't have many other games, and you'll be surprised, I played it on the Wii. I played the Wii versions of the game, so I didn't even get the full effect because some of the missions were taken out, and you didn't really get the whole player base for the consoles, which is probably a good thing because there are a lot of young people playing Call of Duty on the Wii, like me, so it was more of a community of young people rather than a bunch of older people yelling at you for being young. So it was a rather nice thing. But the Black Ops series in general has escalated a lot more than the Modern Warfare series, as I can see. I mean, we had Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. Now, Advanced Warfare was futuristic, but it wasn't planetary. And it also, I mean, it had kind of futuristic mechanics, but nothing that can't really be impossible by today's standards. I mean, ships with, or the future standards, I'm sorry. You know, futuristic ships, you know, nano gloves that can stick to anything, booster packs, exo abilities. I mean, that may or may not be the future of warfare. We don't know, but looking at Infinite Warfare and what was it? What was the other one that I was thinking of? Black Ops 4. You can see how they kind of drifted away from the actual stylization of warfare, and they went more towards, you know, PUBG, you know, Battlegrounds, Halo-ish type thing. And they're kind of stylizing their games more towards other companies, which is something that companies should avoid mostly, but a lot of them don't. Hold on. Where's my water? I get dry mouth really easy whenever I talk this much. So, let me just take a sip. Excuse me. Okay, so, where was I? Oh yeah, my stance on Black Ops 4 itself. I won't be able to play it per se because I don't have a PS4 quite yet, but I may or may not get one into the future. So I'm actually kind of excited, but I did see some trailers, some sneak peeks, some of the gameplay, multiplayer gameplay, and it looks great. But here's where I'm gonna have to stop you. It doesn't have a campaign, which kind of hits hard in the gut, because what made Call of Duty great before the rise of multiplayer and co-op was campaign. That was the thing that made all video games great. Couch co-op was a thing, but it was a sidewinder to the actual campaign itself, and that's what made Call of Duty great. Modern Warfare's campaign, Modern Warfare 2, you know, you got my brain just went blank. It's like Maktovich or something like that. You got Captain Price, you got Soap, you got other guys. I don't know, my brain just went blank for some reason. And then you go around to the Black Ops III, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare. Advanced Warfare did have very good characters. I would say Mitchell, Irons, excuse me, and all the other people. Sorry, I just can't think right now. It was a good idea, Advanced Warfare, but it was, if they would have died down the futuristic a little bit more, it would have been great. A private military based in the near future, but not that far future, like 2040 something. That would have been amazing. You know, it would have been great. But onwards with the actual 4, I'll read a little more off the wiki. They actually, so since the campaign is non-existent, they actually say on their Instagram, and I think this is a quote for quote, I'm not going to say 100%, but this is at least what I can remember. They said that the story of Black Ops 4 will be told through the campaign, or through the multiplayer, I'm sorry, excuse me, through the multiplayer. It's strange, but it's a new take. So, it's going to be on the Infinity Ward engine. I'm pretty sure that's what IW means. I'm pretty sure that's the Infinity Ward engine. October 12th, 2018 is, I guess, I mean, it's gonna be something. Let me just say. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go pin note by pin note. Here we go. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is a multiplayer first-person shooter video game. Unlike previous Call of Duty series, Black Ops 4 is the first entry to not feature a traditional single-player campaign, and only contains multiplayer zombies in the new Battle Royale mode called Blackout. Here's where I'm going to stop you. Battle Royale. Hey, if you haven't heard a more spoken term in the year of 2018, we have PUBG, we have Fortnite, we have other breakoffs. You have H1Z1, we have, what's that one? Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. It is a trend that has taken off and gone to insane heights, branching off of a few games. My opinion on it, I don't like it. I played PUBG, or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, if you don't want the acronym for it. I played PUBG for, I think, 2 weeks, got like 3 or 4 winners, and quit because it got boring. Now, to be respectful, I did play this on a phone. It is kind of the same on the phone, it's just the graphics are a little died down, and there's not as many maps. If I would have played it on a computer or on a console, I may have had a better experience. I don't know. But on the mobile version, it got boring real quick. Okay. So, Black Ops IV's multiplayer features the return of specialists, unique soldier characters with special abilities and traits. The game features a total of 10 specialists, 6 of which, Ruin, Prophet, Battery, Seraph, Nomad, and Firebreak, are featured characters from Black Ops III, while the other 4, Recon, Ajax, Torch, and Crash, you heard that right, Ajax from Ghost, are new additions. It will also feature remakes of 5 fan-favorite maps: Jungle, Slums, Summit, Firing Range, and Nuketown. Treyarch stated that the maps will be available to all players at launch except Nuketown, which will follow shortly after. Multiplayer has also been reworked with various changes for more tactical and teamwork gameplay. That's a weird statement, teamwork-like gameplay, thank you very much. Health regeneration is removed in favor of manual healing systems, or Rainbow Six, which each player having a health bar, and weapons are now given predictive recoil patterns. Weapon customization is also emphasized with specific operator modes, allowing for deeper personalization of characters. Weapons attachments are also given tiers. So Rainbow Six again, you can see where they're getting inspiration from other games. Inspiration, I'm doing air quotes. With tier 2 upgrades proving even bigger improvements to the weapons. In addition, the game includes a solo missions mode featuring skill-based missions that contain backstories on various specialists of the game. The missions are set within the same narrative world as Black Ops campaigns between the events of Black Ops II and Black Ops III. So that's where the story-driven multiplayer comes into play. It's kind of like Halo 4, what was it? I think it was Special Ops missions. I'm not too sure. But that's what it kind of is. It's a background to the characters that are behind the scenes. Do I like that? It's hard to say. I would rather a campaign based off a character that can grow and thrive, not a campaign of a character that constantly gets shot down every multiplayer game. It kind of loses the whole, tension. Because in Black Ops, you stay alive. Your character survives throughout 2 games and dies in the second game, I guess you can say, but then lives at the end if you do the right ending. Like Woods. Woods is a character who survived throughout the first 2 games, and I played a little bit of Black Ops 3 at a friend's house, and none of the other future games. But as I could see, Black Ops 3 didn't have the older characters. I don't know, I didn't play all of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it wasn't like that. So, do I like the side campaign? It's hard to say until I see what it is. For now. Okay, here's where the fun part comes in. Zombies returns as a cooperative multiplayer mode for Black Ops 4. The game mode features a wider range of customization, allowing for more personalized play styles. Mechanics of the game can be customized via custom mutations, which include over 100 variables, such as overall difficulty, zombie speed, health damage, and more. Time-limited events, known as callings, are also promised to be included in the game for longer-term engagement. Black Ops 4 is also the first game to feature 2 distinctive separate storylines for zombies at launch. The game features 3 on-disc maps: Voyage of Despair, which takes place on the RMS Titanic. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And then I think that is 9, which takes place on the ancient Rome Arena, and Blood of the Dead, a soft remake of Black Ops 2 map, Mob of the Dead. There it is. I was scrolling through Activision's Instagram a while back, and people were just begging for a remake of Mob of the Dead over and over and over and over and over and over again. Just Mob of the Dead, remake Mob of the Dead, and I saw a few remake Black Ops IIs, which is kind of a long shot, guys. Come on. But I'm glad to see that Activision is listening to their customers or whatever. Okay. We are back to Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, the former two maps from the new storyline, and star a new cast of characters: Scarlett, Shaw, Diego, and Bruno, while Blood of the Dead returns to the original Aether storyline established in the previous Black Ops games, and stars four original characters: Dempsey, Nikolai, Tikio. I remember that guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry. I was going to say Tokyo, but that would have been kind of racist. Richtofen, also known as collectively as Primus. So that's pretty neat. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the zombie storyline. People are saying that the zombies mode is kind of being killed out because of the whole zombies overkill as of late, as DayZ, H1Z1 that has the zombies mode. Fortnite it was kind of based on the zombies mode, but then it kind of went into Battle Royale. Excuse me for a second. We had another zombie games. That was before Battle Royale. Now that Battle Royale is out, we get into the next topic, which is my least favorite part of Black Ops 4 altogether. Black Ops 4 will feature a Battle Royale game mode called Blackout, which will serve as a stand-in for the campaign mode. While utilizing the traditional Black Ops combat style, the mode includes the largest map featured in the Call of Duty title. Players compete against each other through locations appeared in previous Black Ops games. This mode will feature land, sea, and air vehicles for players to use. The game mode features various playable characters from the entire Black Ops series, such as Alex Mason from the original game, Raul Menendez from Black Ops 2, and Primus crew from Zombies. Okay, here's the way I see it. It's a great idea to bring back old characters into a game mode, but I don't want to say this. I really don't, because I don't want to say that Activision's making a cash grab. But it seems that it was a desperate attempt to cash in on the Battle Royale work, or framework, or whatever. I'm not going to say much about this, because I haven't seen it. I don't know what it's going to look like. It might not be a picture-perfect copy of Battle Royale and Player Unknowns. I don't know. We'll see whenever that happens. So on to development. When discussing why the game won't have a campaign mode, Treyarch Studio co-head Dan Bunting revealed that a campaign mode was never planned for Black Ops 4, and that they wanted to try something different and make a game that would be more playable with friends across the board. Contradicting reports that the campaign mode was scrapped in the middle of development because there was not enough time to complete it, Treyarch also observed that the majority of Black Ops 3 players played the game's multiplayer without completing the single-player campaign. Okay. That isn't true just for Black Ops 3. I'm going to put in my statement here. That wasn't true just for Black Ops 3. That was throughout the whole Call of Duty framework. People play the campaign because it's more accessible to casual gamers. The campaign's more for story-oriented people. And let me just say here, I play the campaign on Call of Duty games way more than I play the multiplayer. I might stand out for that, but I love the campaigns of Call of Duty. That's one of the major reasons why I buy the games. I just bought, not Call of Duty, but I just bought a Battlefield game, Hardline, for the campaign itself. The multiplayer is a great expansion, but me and a friend of mine just had this discussion. I like the campaign, but if a game is campaign-oriented, it can also have a multiplayer. But if a game is multiplayer-oriented, then it shouldn't have a campaign. I'm not going to say shouldn't. It doesn't have to have a campaign. That's where Call of Duty comes in. Call of Duty is campaign-oriented. I guess Call of Duty started with the multiplayer, I believe, in the second installment. I'm not too sure. either Call of Duty 2. I know it wasn't 3. It was way before 3. I'm not too sure, but it wasn't. I'm pretty sure multiplayer wasn't in the first game. I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong again. But yeah, I'm just saying campaign is a viable feature, and it's not just now that people didn't play the campaign. And maybe, here's just a side note, maybe if no one played your campaign, it was because it was bad. I don't know. Let's just go on. Treyarch, an Activision representative later said after they revealed that the decision to drop the campaign mode will not be a permanent shift for the series. That's a good note. And that campaign mode may return in the next Call of Duty game in 2019. So that's a little flip side, that's good. The next game might be another Modern Warfare game, but that kind of brings me down because I'm less invested in the Modern Warfare series than I am in the Black Ops. Well, we'll see when that comes. Okay, so we're not going to go to the release because we already know all that. I guess... Well, that might be it, actually. I'm sorry. Okay, so I get to put in my final thoughts. Final thoughts on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Will it be a good game? I'm assuming yes it will, because it has been in development for a while. Will it be a shining star of the Call of Duty franchise? Possibly. Possibly. Fortnite came out and no one played it. It was a kind of a box office failure. But then they released the Battle Royale mode and the game became one of the the most famous game on Twitch and on YouTube. So, maybe not. That'll happen to Black Ops 4. Although Fortnite is free, or the Battle Royale is free, so that might be a blocking stone for Call of Duty, because it will be full retail price of $60 to $100 for the collector's edition. I'll say I think Call of Duty games at launch are now $60 to $70. The special or the limited edition is like $80, and then the collector's edition with the all the cool stuff that comes with it's like $100 to maybe $130. I'm not gonna put my mark there, but I'm pretty sure regular games are $60. Will it be accessible for casual players? Heck yes. If you are a young kid who likes Call of Duty, this is probably one of the best games for you. Although the only thing that's going to put a brick in your way if you're a casual player will be the health regeneration that doesn't exist. That's one of the things that made it really accessible for younger audiences, because it was easy to get back up on your heels and come back. Now, you're going to have to think it through every time you do it, so it might be a little more bad. That's bad grammar, but whatever. It's going to be worse. But the Battle Royale mode will be probably very accessible to younger audiences, and it will be enjoyable for older audiences. The Zombies mode I've never really played, I'm going to say this right now, I've never really played Zombies. I've never been into it. It scared me as a kid, and it's always just kind of pushed me away since. I played a little bit of Shadows of Evil, I believe, on Black Ops 3 on the old generation version, and a little bit of Der as in Deradenche. I don't know. I'm probably slaughtering that pronunciation on the old gen again. But I've never gotten past like round 5 or 6. I've never gotten far enough to actually get into the characters or the campaign. So that will probably be up to you. And again, everyone's views on video games are always biased. Even if you're one of the biggest fanboys of Call of Duty, you will have something. Did I say Call of Duty? Call of Duty. You will probably have something that will be annoying to you, as any gamer does. It could be the mechanics. It could be the graphics. It could be the player base. There's always something, and no game's perfect. People saw Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 as a perfect game. Go back to it today, it's a piece of garbage, because the lobbies aren't warranted by admins anymore. Modern Warfare hardly even works anymore. Modern Warfare, you'll get hacked the second you enter a lobby. Guns are crap. It's unbalanced. And then you go back to the games now, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I can deal with this. But I can see where many people are coming from with the futuristic view. People like boots on the ground, and Treyarch has stated on their wiki and on their Instagram and on their Facebook that this will be boots on the ground. They will have a grappling hook function, but that's in, I believe, blackout mode. I actually quite enjoy the futuristic wall running and sliding mechanics. I believe that makes it a little more fun than just running around a map and shooting people. Although I do enjoy the older games, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy me a good round of Call of Duty Black Ops every once in a while, but I enjoy a lot better a round of Advanced Warfare than a round of Black Ops. If I had to choose whether or not, if I was given, let's just say it this way, if I was given $10 to play Black Ops for an hour, and they said you can either play Black Ops or Advanced Warfare, and they wouldn't pay me to play Advanced Warfare, I would still play Advanced Warfare, because I can't stand playing Black Ops for more than 20 minutes, because the player base is a bunch of old men who yell at you, and there's hackers, and it's just slow, and there's no progression, because everyone already has better guns than you. But then you go to Advanced Warfare, that's more accessible for younger audiences. There is a limit to the competition, because some people don't know how to play, some people are young, some people have gotten the game from their brother who gave them their old PlayStation 3. You know, there's a bunch of circumstances that give you an advantage in the newer games. But no young kid wants to play the older games whenever the newer games are so cool and futuristic. I mean, it's just the mindset of Generation Y and Z that they want to play more futuristic, fly-everywhere games. So, I mean, it's really up to you whether you are going to play this game or not. It is something that will haunt me to the day I friggin' die of what Call of Duty was thinking whenever they thought to make this game. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this in a strange way that they thought, let's do a Battle Royale mode, take away everything that we worked up to at this point on Black Ops III and Infinite Warfare, and just scrap it and make a side game. I don't know. I haven't played it. I probably will in the future. I haven't seen much of the gameplay. But it's something. That's for sure. And I'm excited to see where Activision goes from here. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be horrible. I don't know. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed Quality Not Included podcast. This has been Adam, Jimmy XAJL, signing off. Peace.